All right, let me explain what this video is. This video is a video of me doing a Google Hangout, which we'll occasionally flip to over here to see what it's about. The idea here is we're going to test downtime. When you go live, downtime happens. What do you do about that? So what I want to test is I want to test a minute of lost connectivity. So essentially, I'm just going to turn off my Wi-Fi. And then we're going to test 5 minutes of connectivity. We're going to check 10 minutes of lost connectivity. Not the most exciting video in the world, but from there we will see what we've got. Then we're going to switch internet connectivity. I'm going to move over from my Wi-Fi network at home. We're going to actually jump over to my iPhone. And we're going to see what the options are there, which I think will be kind of interesting. And then we'll even let's hit 5 minutes downtime for this test and switch that over as well, and just see how good Google Hangouts does and what happens, if anything. So 3 tabs. Here is the Hangout that's sharing the Google Doc that we'll be running from, and then Hangouts on air here. Now, there's going to be long times of silence, but that's sort of the nature of the video. I'll obviously share what we've got as well, what the results are, and we'll go from there. So, with that said and done, let's start the broadcast. It's going out to Google Hangouts, posting in 10 seconds. Hey everybody, this is Paul Call again, and what we're doing here is we are testing Google Hangouts on air downtime. We're going to be testing a number of scenarios, and what we're testing scenario-wise is basically 5 different things. 1 minute of lost internet connectivity, 5 minutes of lost internet connectivity, 10 minutes lost, switching internet, and switching internet after 5. I might change that last one based on what we see based on the results so far, but that's where we're going. Not the most exciting video to watch in the world, but what I'll do with you is I will share you my notes, and we will go from there. So I want to make sure before we go any further that the live broadcast is starting, and should be no particular problem there. I'm also making a detailed video about this, sort of the behind-the-scenes stuff and the testing, to make sure that everything goes well, and I will share that video with everybody as well as the results. So, looks like we've got video. Downtime. We're going to be beautiful. A number of scenarios. Okay, so we have the video running. That looks good. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do 1 minute of lost internet connectivity. So it's 10:01, and so we're going to turn off Wi-Fi. So now we've turned off Wi-Fi, and as a result, I can't do Google Docs. I didn't necessarily think about that one. But turned off Google Docs at 10:01, or turned off connectivity at 10:01. And what we'll do here is we will wait until about 10:02 before we go from there. When we have silent times here, I'm just going to go silent, and because just not that exciting, and I might get something else done on a different machine. As you can see, it's about 10:02. We're going to give this about another minute or so, and we'll go from there. All right, we are at about our minute of downtime, so let's turn Wi-Fi back on. And let's connect back to Call Again Closed. We are back. So Google Hangouts on air will probably have downtime fairly soon here. So what we'll do is we'll hang out this. We definitely want to watch this. Let's see. This is trying to reconnect. It's trying to reconnect. So what our downtime is. So 10:01, turned off connectivity. 10:02, turned connectivity back on. And it looks like we did okay. And looks like Hangout time. Looks like it just has my voice. Okay, and it's got nothing, but at least the downtime is not showing anything too dangerous. So it looks like looks like we connected with our 1 minute of downtime without any problem. And what I do now is we'll just wait for the video to catch up. I won't do that for further minutes of downtime, but yeah, looks like 1 minute worked okay. So that's pretty good. If you got a hiccup on the internet and you got 1 minute of downtime, looks like we're going to be at a decent place. So with that, so results, 1 minute downtime is fine. So what I want to do here is let's turn off. Oh, and looks like the audio. So it takes a little while. We're getting some interesting results. So the screen doesn't show. This is interesting. Google Hangouts on air. Oh, we lost this. So we got to go back to sharing the screen.
It looks like we did okay. And looks like
Okay, so you got to go back to screen share. So that's interesting. All right, let's take out the audio.
okay, and it's got nothing, but at least the downtime.
All right, so results learned when reconnected, comma, reshare your screen. System seems to default. Okay, so 1 minute downtime, not so bad. All right, so actually we're gonna have to turn off connectivity at 10:06. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, so here's where we're at, everybody. 10:01, we turned off connectivity. 10:02, we turned it back on. 1 minute downtime was fine. We learned that when you reconnect, you got to share your screen. So we're going to turn off connectivity at 10:06. We're going to let that go back for 5 minutes. Not the most exciting video in the world, but it should be fascinating stuff. Looks like Hangout still has us sharing the screen, which is good. Seems like everything is good there. And yeah, I'm liking this test. This is interesting. The results of this are quite interesting. All right, it's 10:06. Going to turn off connectivity. All right, so connectivity has been turned off. It's going to be turned off for 5 minutes. Not going to be the most exciting video to watch in the world. If you want to progress ahead for 5 minutes, that's fine. I'm going to mute out my microphones so that you guys aren't bored silly with what I'm doing here. Actually, as we're looking at this, if we go to Hangouts, it says that your network's experiencing difficulties. Check your connectivity. Obviously, I've turned the whole thing off. That's the results you're looking at, and there, it still looks like it's paused because it doesn't have access as well. So maybe we'll try to catch that up when we come back. We're at about 1 minute of downtime here, and let's just go back to this so you can see what we're trying to do here. And looking at 2 minutes of downtime, and I'm going to go back and mute myself again. This is interesting. Our Hangout unable to connect to the internet, so it looks like that downtime might be too much here. let's go back to, well, I said I'm going to turn this back on at 10:11, and that might be the test that we're trying to do. So, I don't know. You know what? No, this is just a good test. And we'll find out what this does. Yeah, I think I'd love, if anybody wants to retest this stuff for me, that'd be great. Obviously, this concerns me a little bit, and be interesting to see what happens and what happens with downtime here. Actually, I'm going to try to connect on my phone and see what we got. Yeah, 5 minutes downtime just simply might be too much. Well, but we're going to find out. That's the test. It's got to be scientific here. So I'm checking with my phone, and it looks like Hangout on the Air still has downtime. We'll be right back, which is pretty cool. And that's still showing on the phone. I think, I don't know, it'd be interesting. Interesting to see what happens here. And this is only 5 minutes. It seems like a lifetime, but I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens. All right, I'm going to turn back to mute. So YouTube is experiencing downtime. YouTube Hangouts is experiencing downtime. This is a 5-minute break and pretty intense. And yeah, I have a feeling, I'm gonna change the tests here to do that. But all right, 10:06 turned off connectivity. Turn back on at 10:11, and we will see what happens. Interesting stuff. All right, we're 10:11. Let's reconnect, see what happens. Okay, we have connectivity again. I'm going to, what am I going to do here? I think I'm just going to hit refresh on this. See what happens. Still has us live, I think. Okay, yeah, it is the downtime test. So we'll go back to screen sharing here. This is good. And we're back. And so let's go here. 11:06, 11:11, turned connectivity back on. Results, 5 minutes. Downtime, well, we don't know actually. Fine, up. All right, looks like, let's find out what happens here. As far as we can. Let's see if we got me going back. Hey, we got screen.
11:06.
And we got audio. So cool. So we were able to come back. We were able to come back from the dead. That's pretty powerful, guys. That is pretty powerful. What I'm going to do now is we're going to switch the 10 minutes downtime a little bit later here. Okay, switch internet connectivity quickly. All right, so scenario here is downtime, where you realize your connection's dead, or maybe you need to move from something else. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to make sure that we're ready for that switch. Personal hotspot is on. And what we're going to do here is we're going to, at 10:13, switch connection. So this is a home Comcast connection. We're going to be going to a T-Mobile LTE connection. Let's see what happens here. Turn off the hotspot. It's not showing up. I am running, oh, of course, now that I do that, turn that on. Okay, it's trying to connect. Looks like we are now reconnected to my phone. So what we did was we killed that. So Hangout doesn't look like Hangout missed a beat. And looks like we're okay there. Let's move this as far as we can go. Let's see what happened.
Comcast connection. We're going to be going to a T-Mobile LTE connection. Let's see what happens here. Turn off the hotspot. It's not showing up. I am running, oh, of course, now that I do that, turn that on. So what we did was we killed.
Okay, we did get downtime.
So Hangout.
Not that bad.
Doesn't look like Hangout missed a beat.
Okay, not that bad at all. So switch connections. Looks like all these things have to just get kind of a temporary reconnection, but results. Hangout didn't miss a beat. Only temporary screen showing. Easy transition. All right, and then at 10:15, let's switch back and see if that does anything. Spell switch correctly. Looks like that's still good. Looks like we're back there. And let's see what happens to the switch back.
Only temporary screen showing.
Those of you who are watching this live can't watch. We're looking at a separate screen here.
All right, and then at 10:15, let's switch back and see if that does anything. So switch correctly. Looks like that's still good. Looks like we're back there. And let's see what happens if we switch back.
All right. Very, very cool. So, all right. So we have, so 1 minute lost is fine. 5 minutes lost is fine. Switched internet connectivity is fine. That's pretty freaking cool. All right, so now we're going to test a 5 minute downtime, and then we'll switch after 5 minutes. So at 10:18, we will drop connection, and then I will come back up live. We'll switch. Yeah, that's what we'll do in about five minutes. So as soon as this drops to 10:18, we will turn off the connection altogether, and then we'll go from there and see what happens. Pretty cool stuff here. I'm pretty excited with what we're finding. Just shows Hangouts to be very robust in the nature of what's going on, and actually beats some things that we haven't seen in stuff like GoToWebinar and that type of thing. So very, very, very cool here. Very exciting. Oh, it's 10:18. Let's turn off the connectivity. All right, so Wi-Fi is off. It's going to be off for about 5 minutes, so I'm going to go mute, and we'll just wait for 5. But 10:23, we'll try to connect to my iPhone. So like before, it's talking about having problems, and yeah, that's what happened before. I'm booting this up on my phone, and it looks like we're back to the yep, we're back to the my face thing for the holding. Definitely dealing. Oh, now this time it says the video call was ended, but I don't know. Oh, we didn't see that screen before, so that's interesting. And it's not showing that it's hung up yet on the live stream to my phone. So interesting place. We still have about 4 more minutes here. Fascinating, fascinating stuff. Fascinating stuff. All right, gonna go back to mute. I know, not the most exciting video watching stuff like this happen, but it's just a test. At 10:23, we'll pull this back off. If you want to jump ahead in wherever you're watching this video, that's completely understandable. All right, we're getting near 10:23, and make sure my phone. Man, I'm running a lot of fun things on here. All right, let's get rid of things. Multitasking. Let's get rid of all that. All right, let's go to settings. Personal hotspot. Let's make sure that's back on. And all right, so it's 10:23. Let's reconnect to the phone. See what happens here. Give that a second. Oh, turn Wi-Fi on. That would be it, wouldn't it? All right, and oh, that connected to call again close. That's not necessarily what I wanted to do. Let's go back to my phone. I should have turned that off for a true test, but don't think it's that big of a deal. All right, so Paul Colligan's phone. We're going to hit refresh here. Looks like we didn't miss. Looks like we're still there. Definitely need to do the screen share back again. That's fine. And all right, so let's see how that looks Error occurred. Please try again. So, well, that was because the internet connectivity. I don't think that's a bad thing for the live stream. I think we're okay there. We've got to be right back. That's understandable. I'm going to do done. I'm going to go live here. Hit play. Just some audio here in a second.
Back again. That's
Wow.
fine.
Very, very cool. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to turn the volume off here on my test. Now, those of you who can't see it, but what we did was 10, 23, reconnect, same network, but I don't think a problem. 1023 switched to iPhone network before refreshing page. So results. Hangout didn't miss a beat. Even with switching connectivity and switching connectivity and time down. You know, I'm not going to worry about lost connectivity. How do we do that? Let's see. Nah, you know what? I think I'm going to be fine. I think I'm going to be fine here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to close off this test, and I'm going to make sure that all's well. Let me just take one more time here. Okay, yeah, that's just me typing stuff in. All right, I'm going to close this up and publish the results and share this video if that's the type of thing you'd be interested in. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.